Okay, I am live again. Yay! Okay, let's do this last one. And then I'm gonna get some. Let's see, I'm shutting down the other ones that I don't need. Tree demo, we'll save this. Oh, good, some of you are still back. I'm gonna shut this down, save. Gonna shut out some of my windows here. Don't save that. Hang tight with me. All right, so I created this little kind of a holiday card design, and it's just really easy. So I wanted to give you like what I want to do is do more and more ideas and ideas to give you guys ideas for like holidays or for whatever, and then you guys can do your own version of it. But one thing that kind of slows me down is if I make like a whole toolkit or product for something. But yeah, I just want to make it a better like practice. If I kind of think of something cool during the day, maybe I'll go live and demo it. But it's all about giving you guys ideas, like that is the thing that's I get the feedback that that's the most helpful. So yeah, so what I did with this one here is I used my ellipse tool and I made three different ellipses, three different circles, spaced them out, and I select all three layers and make sure that I use the alignment up here to make sure that they're aligned center, and then here I make sure that they're aligned spaced out this way. Okay, cool. And then what I'll do is I'll duplicate those. Usually I keep like the shapes as a backup in case I mess something up or whatever. And I don't know if most of you guys should probably know this, but to duplicate layers, I'm holding down my shift key to select all layers, and then I'll hold option and drag them to duplicate them. And let me know what you think, but maybe I'm gonna do also some quick tool tips or little things like that I'm not sure if everybody knows, but things like using your keyboard shortcuts, those kind of things can really make a difference in Photoshop, and sometimes even I forget, but it's good to be reminded of those sometime. So I have all three of the ellipses, but I want to make this as easy as possible, so I'm going to select all three of them. I'm going to right click and merge shapes so that it becomes one shape. And I have it on a gray. I'm just going to turn it to a very light gray so I could barely see it. And then I'll make a new layer above that. And I'm going to create a clipping mask. So to create the clipping mask, with that layer selected, I'm clicking option and hovering between the two layers, and now I have my clipping mask. Oh, good. I'm glad to know that that would be helpful because, yeah, I do a lot of different things. And yeah, I think I need to do like some of the tool tips and stuff because those things could just save a lot of time. Even me, I have like going between the brushes and the pattern stamp brush or the mixer brush. Sometimes I even forget to put like just use my keyboard shortcuts like B or I forget what's the. Sometimes I do it like to click S for pattern stamp tool and click B to go to the brush tool, like rather than using my mouse and clicking it. So I have got my clipping mask, and now what I do is I just add layers in between there, so I don't have to like worry about doing a new clipping mask every time. And let's see, what did I did here? Okay, so I added, my first layer was a couple of these brush strokes. It looks like I used some green and red. So let's get my pen brush here. And this one is one of my favorite brushes. It's Artistic Autumn brush number 15. And with this toolkit, I'm actually going to have this toolkit available for my members, and with a mini version of my Boho Neutrals color palette. So these are the colors that I used in this demo. Oh, hey David, I'm glad you made it. And Gigi, maravillosa mi artista favorita. I need to practice my Spanish. Yo estuve practicándolo mi español en Miami, but now I'm a little bit out of practice. And whenever and then I was speaking French, so whenever I went back to Spanish, I was like, oh my God, I was mixing up all the words. Oh, Nicole, yes, I was She was in Hawaii. Poo Poo Mummy. Oh my God, they have the craziest streets here. My brother lives just by Waikiki, and it's really nice to be visiting him. And the good thing is for me, I'm not trying to like cook a lot, so there's a lot of different like fast food, not fast food, but there's a lot of different places to get really good food and stuff, so that's good. Okay, back to the tutorial here. So I grabbed my green color palette and I'm using Artistic Autumn brush number 15. So I just made some, let's see here. Yeah, I kind of just went through here and made some brush strokes like this, and don't worry about it being perfect, but everyone is going to be different. I'm like, and knowing me, it's not going to be as cute as my demo, but okay, so I'll put some green first, then I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to grab some of the red and put some of this red through here like this. Yeah, that's cool. And maybe another layer. Let's see how I did this here. Maybe I will just add a little bit of the light red too. So I'll add another layer. And I like making sure that it's not completely filled in. I think it looks a little cooler. And that the brush strokes are going different directions. I think that's really nice. Yeah, so we're gonna say this is good enough, whatever. And then the next thing we're going to do is add the gold, because you know me, I love me some gold. I gotta put a little gold in everything, a little bling bling. So I've got the 24 karat brush number 21. And yeah, okay, 24 karat brush number 21. And then just, yeah, make like, I think I just made like one or two little things per thing, what do you call it, per ornament. Yeah, just kind of, you know, there's no right or wrong, just playing with it. But yeah, we won't worry about it being perfect. And I like the brush. You can you know, you can reload it even. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up my, and of course it's preloaded. And just remember with the gold brushes or whatever, you know, I'm going to delete this layer. If you change the size, like take the size down, that color is going to drop out. That's totally normal behavior. But I'm going to go over here to my gold color palette, and I am going to option click and maybe grab some of a like a darker sort of area, like right here. And yeah, so maybe some of those are going to be like some darker gold, and then I can go back to my palette and I'm going to grab a lighter, option click to sample that, to load that up into my brush. And then I've got kind of some lighter things. So not going to worry about it being perfect. And then, okay, so I've got my gold layer. And then it looks like I put above my gold layer some white, some cream. So let's go back here. Let's make a new layer. I'm getting my Artistic Autumn brush, and I'm gonna grab the cream. I'll grab the dark cream first. And yeah, kind of just playing with that. And I don't want to fill everything in. Maybe you can go over some of the gold, like hide it. And then maybe grab the lighter cream. I'll make a new layer. So it's good to keep things on their own layer as much as possible. Maybe hide some of the gold. But okay. Anyway, as per usual, I think that the one I did over there is better, but you can play with it. Okay, so that's the base of that. But you know, just layer it up, have fun, play with it a little bit. Can you store palettes in the library? No, actually, I wish. What I try to do, because the palettes are in the pattern section, I try to make them as small as possible now. So they're usually 200 or 250 size-wise, so they're not too big. But yeah, like, you know, I have a Mac Mini M1 and I've got a fair amount of the patterns, but I wouldn't keep all of your patterns in the pattern thing because that can slow your Photoshop down depending on how much memory you have. So usually I just try to keep a master folder with all of my patterns so that I can easily access it. Patterns, palettes, you know, the same thing. So yeah, I wish. I do keep all of my wet palettes in the library, so I can click on these like my iridescent or my gold. That's nice. I can keep those in my libraries, and of course I keep the layer styles in my libraries. Anyway, yeah. So the next thing that I'm doing is a chain brush, and I just used, I think, I didn't use my wet mixer brush technique on this. I just used a layer style. So underneath that group of ornaments, I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to go to my styles panel. And what I do is I pull a few styles from each of my collections in here so that I can just kind of quick click on it. And then I keep the rest in my libraries. But I think it was like a paper one, so like a gold paper, you know, from my Instaglam collection. I'll just drop that on there. And then I just painted the brush like this. Oops. I hate when it connects those thing, like you have to tap and then draw again, because I draw the straight line by holding down the shift key. But then if you go, even if you let up the shift key, let up your thing, if I go over here, well, if I still have my shift key, it will connect those. It wants to connect those, so it's a little bit annoying. So I just made it like that. Maybe I had like the leopard, or, you know, there's a leopard too from my Instaglam collection. So I just made the chains like that for the little hanging thing. And then the last thing I did was I grabbed a snowflake trail light from my Frozen collection and just made a little, you know, little stroke like this, and maybe made a few of them around the, you know, around the side. No big deal. There's nothing right or wrong, but there we go. That's kind of how I made it. And now we have some, you know, holiday ornaments, and it looks like a bit luxe, a bit, you know, like elegant luxe, sort of rich look, you know, very painterly. I just think it looks cool. So yeah, I want to get on and give you guys more of those, you know, kind of ideas like that. And I love the idea of doing kind of collage or doing your brush strokes within a shape or using clipping masks. So, you know, you can do a lot of different things with that. And oh yeah, the wet palettes. Yes, the Kate, I keep all of my wet palettes in my library, so that's a really handy place to keep them. That way you have them all there. And I also keep them, I keep like even the previews I have of my wet palettes. So this is my iridescent ones from my wet paint bricks mixer brushes. So I have the previews, and then I have here the actual palettes. So I try to keep as much as I can in the library. You know, it's all about efficiency, so I've got to, yeah, share some of my tricks of that. So I think that is it for my tutorials today. That was 3 in a row. And please feel free to give me your feedback or things that you would like to see next. You can always reply to my emails. I am it's not like the big company emails. Like if you reply to an email, I will get the email and hear back. I love to, you know, get ideas, hear what you would like to see next, what you're working on, how I can help you. So I'm so happy that some of you guys got to catch me live, and I might be crazy today and get on live again, but I'm gonna try to have, number one, a schedule for certain things, but when the mood hits me and I have some time, I want to be able to just jump on my live and like record something live. So if you happen to be able to catch it, cool. But you can get those notifications on Behance for that. And then I also want to, I also will probably integrate it into my other social medias as well. I think there's some programs and stuff, but I'm so happy to get back on like live again, get back doing some tutorials again. I missed it. you know, when I had my head down finishing up those feather brushes, and it sometimes I just have to get in that mode because I will never finish those dang brushes if I didn't like put my head down and finish them. um oh yeah, Nicole, so you create your own folder inside of the Photoshop presets. That's a good idea. Yeah, and you can do that as well. I just wasn't sure before if I'll have to look into that, because I wasn't sure if that loads my makes my Photoshop run any slower, but I think it doesn't actually. So Nicole probably has a good idea. You can put your own folder, your master folder, inside those Photoshop presets, so that when you go here and you go to the right to like import patterns, it's going to like normally show you right, it'll be right there, or they'll be like in the drop down or whatever. So that is a good idea, Nicole. Thank you for sharing that with us. And oh, hey, Jen, I'm so happy to be live. I had a little bit of a, I was moving locations to Hawaii and finishing a new product. So I'm so happy that I got to get on live again and have all of you guys. So thank you guys so much for being here. And I'm going to be jumping on lives a lot more. So make sure you get those notifications and sign up for my email. And I will see everybody very soon. Thank you guys.